Good afternoon, everyone. We'll be starting in 2 minutes. We'll wait for more attendees to start come in. So we'll start in 2 minutes. We'll start at 12. Okay. Very warm good afternoon to everyone, and thank you for joining the webinar. Today is 2nd November, and we are observing a Cyber Jaagrookta Diwas today. So this will be taking you through the various aspects of Cyber Jaagrookta and why it is important and how it is, what are the circular guidelines, etc. that we would be taking you through. And that is something which we will be covering today. So I'm Pratik Sonavne. We are from the Institute of Information Security. It's a cyber security training company. We are a training arm of Network Intelligence India, and we are into cyber security business for more than 20 years now. And we have been catering to the major BFSI sector and all the all sectors basically, but majorly on the BFSI sector and catering to them. So today we are here to see what Cyber Jaagrookta Diwas, the latest guidelines which have been given by the Ministry of Home Affairs, and what it lies for you. In fact, in terms of which all institutions are under it, and etc. And what is the cyber crime and cyber stats, etc. that we will be covering. So along with me, I have Pratik Teli. He's a senior trainer and they've been associated with Network Intelligence and Institute of Information Security for more than 3 years now. And he has been delivering various B2B and B2C trainings. He's there with us to take us through all the nitty-gritties once we start. And I'll just quickly cover what the Cyber Jaagrookta Diwas is all about and the circular going around it. Okay, so this was a quick agenda of that. So Cyber Jaagrookta Diwas is nothing but, the Ministry of Home Affairs have asked us to observe the first Wednesday of every month as a Cyber Jaagrookta Diwas. As you know, the cyber crime and cybercrime is increasing exponentially, and there are threats which have been reported every day, day in and day out, and like as we speak, there is every second person has been attacked or organization been attacked in terms of a cyber attack globally. Okay, that is something. And so to mitigate and to create awareness about cybersecurity and what cybersecurity has and what are the repercussions, etc., that is something which we have to make sure as a citizen, as an employee, as a student, as a family member, we have to ensure that our everyone is safe in terms of the cybersecurity. Okay, so there are certain guidelines and certain high cyber practice like the basic hygiene, the password hygiene, email hygiene, the password policies which have been given by your organization or your institution needs to be followed by you so that there is a minimal the cyber attack happening at our end. Obviously, 100% security is not possible, but this is something if we follow it at our end, the attack is minimized. Okay, so that is something which we would be covering, and the obviously the circular also speaks on the similar lines. So the circular was issued in April 2022. So I have references also in the coming in the last slides wherein you can go read the circulars. It is being given by the Ministry of Home Affairs. So it is applicable to all the colleges, schools, universities, Panchayat Raj institutions, the PSU sectors, the organization coming under all ministries have been asked to follow the Cyber Jaagrookta Diwas, and so that the cyber security awareness is there in the end users. Okay, so that is something that can be in any form. So we have chosen the webinar for this particular aspect, and we thought of taking it to the wider audience, and that is why we are here. So this is something which will be covering. So we'll be taking you through the entire aspects of it. So Cyber Jaagrookta Diwas, over a period of 1 year, the ministry has asked us to cover certain topics. And these topics like cyber crime, what are cyber crime, and the safety along it, what is the cyber hygiene in daily life, etc. Social networking side, how to be on the social networking sites, etc. Or when you are in public domain, how to handle in case if you are doing any transaction in the public domain, etc. That is something which we need to cover. And electronic payments, how to use it, what all things you need to observe when you're doing any payments or something, or withdrawing money from an ATM, etc. So these are the broad topics. Obviously, when we take a deeper dive, this topics alone can take more than 2 to 3 hours. So this is something which will be covered over a period of 1 year, and we'll be observing Cyber Jaagrookta Divas on every first Wednesday of every month. Okay, so I'll be quickly taking you through the recent hacks which has happened. I mean, big names which were involved in the hacks, and they have disclosed that this is something which has happened at their end. And later on, Pratik will take you through the nitty-gritties. And today's topic, we have chosen certain topic wherein he'll be speaking on that particular topic so that you can understand it more. And obviously, we can follow it in our day-to-day life and inform our loved ones as well. Okay. So these are the recent hacks. I mean, recent hacks wherein big names, wherein we use it in day-to-day life, and that is something which were hacked, and a lot of data was breached. And again, Zomato, Twitter, Big Basket being, and obviously there are repercussions, and there are money involved. There is the customer data is involved, so there are many repercussions to it. So it is said that globally, the cost, the cybercrime cost usually is going to be $10 trillion. So you can see it in the slides. We have covered it. I mean, till 2021, it was $6 trillion. That is something which have been happened so far. Okay, so these were the big names, and you know what the repercussions are, and we have to take mitigations, how the steps to mitigate all that particular thing, and practice certain cybersecurity hygiene at our end. Okay, that is the circular speaks about. On a very brief note, you can surely go on to the site and check the entire circular and how it is applicable to you, etc. That is something which you can check. Okay, handing it over to Pratik. Pratik, you want to you start covering with what exactly happens and how
Yeah.
the entire thing works. Okay,
Yeah.
thank
Thank you
you.
so much, Pratik, for the brief introduction about the Cyber Jaagrookta Diwas. I welcome all to this first of the sessions of the Cyber Jaagrookta Diwas, or we are going to be having the introductory part regarding why the government's taken the initiative and why the governments are going to be launching the initiative to create awareness amongst the citizens and amongst the every country. So if you go slightly
Pratik,
back,
sorry to interrupt. A little louder, please.
yeah, sure, sure. Now it's clear.
Yes.
Yeah. So as you know, like if we having the years like in 2020, we hit with the pandemics, and then everyone's are going to be like started work from home, and the entire digitizations or whatever things or whatever the presence of the Indian peoples on the internet, that's tremendously going to be increased. Also, the India is one of the rapidly growing industry or the rapidly growing country inside the digitizations. We have the one of the largest digital market in the world. So we have come across the various improvements inside the digitization, as well as we have increase the numbers into the digitizations, and that has given the rise to the cybercrime. So if you go for the we are going to be seeing some statistics about the how the cybercrimes are going to be reported. So that is some of the on an average, on roughly saying, we can it is going to be increased something about the 7% per year increment, or that is in the cybercrime that going to be happen. And that is a some of the big reason to worried in front of the such a large country, and we have to be report to the cybercrime. So Ministry of Home Affairs take some of the initiative. They're going to be launching the I4C, that is in the Cybercrime Coordination Center. So to support that, they're also having some of the online cybercrime reporting portal. So with the help of them, they're going to be try to control the cybercrime. They're going to be try to report the cybercrimes. Okay, so to support this particular initiative, to support this particular activity, government come up with the Cyber Jaagrookta Diwas. So government asks to the institute, government asks to the companies or the ministry that come under the government, they ask that on every first Wednesday, you can observe the Cyber Jaagrookta Diwas, where you can create an awareness regarding the cybercrime, because the government believes, or the everyone believes, that if you're going to be do the awareness amongst your users, it's going to be help you to prevent from the cybercrimes. So as you know, what exactly the cybercrimes, it's whatever the crime that you come across, the physical crimes, once you're going to be give the some attachment to the digital or the any of the electronics devices or any of the computing systems to that, it is going to be related to the cybercrimes. And it is one of the largest domain inside the entire the crime world, or you can say that it is some of the minimal investment you required to perform some of the cybercrime. So whatever the hackers you have, they are having some of the 20 to $25 of the investment to perform the cybercrimes, and the outcomes you can see, it's in terms of the sometimes it's in the $1,000, sometimes it's $1,000,000. So they're going to be earn that much of the money from that particular crimes. And to stop that particular losses, to stop some of these activities, that government taken the initiative to launch on the Cyber Jaagrookta Diwas, and they're going to be create an awareness among the user. So as a part of the cybercrime, so there are some types that we are going to be discuss about. So we have the cyber warfare. It is going to be generally related to information exchange, or the attacks that are going to be happen on the organizations, attacks that are going to be happen on the various institutions or the various government sites. So that is come under the cyber warfare sectors. If you deal with the cyber frauds, whatever the online scams that you're going to be come across, like someone going to be giving the offer on the credit card, someone's going to call you and give the offers regarding the free vacations, regarding some of the investment tips. So that is also come under the cyber fraud. Under the cyber frauds, if you see the one of the largest market or the largest area, it is in the investment fraud. So there are the various groups are available on the various social media platforms, like your WhatsApp, you have the Facebook, LinkedIn, not on the LinkedIn, but if you go for the Telegrams and all, they are going to be provide you some of the tips regarding to the investment. But again, if you're going to be check for that particular tips, that are not that much going to be worth. So sometimes that again going to be converted into the some of the fraudulent activities. They're going to be mislead on your investments. So that is also going to be happen inside the cyber fraud. Some of the insurance fraud that going to be happen. So that is also come under this. Again, one of the biggest threatened factor to the entire universe, that is in the terrorism. And now the multiple terrorist activities, multiple terrorist groups are going to be taken the advantage or taken the help of the cyber world to launch their attacks. So with the help of the systems, with the help of the internet, any terrorist group can launch the attack anywhere in the world. They can perform their activities, they have their contracts. So that is one of the biggest threat, or they can give the some of the harmness to the peoples and the countries. So again, cyber sex trafficking, again, it is related to your child pornography, some of the adult videos, adult contents. For that, they're going to be dealing with. Then cyber extortion is it is some of the demanding some of the monies, if you mistakenly click some of the links, some of this, sometimes your camera is going to be open up, sometimes you're going to be share your photos on the social media, that photos are going to be cropped and they're going to be like attackers are going to be threatening to you to perform some of the malicious activity or to pay some amount to them. So these are the some of the like trending cyber crimes that you're going to be come across whenever you're going to be open up a newspaper, whenever you go to see the news. These are the some of the crime that you're going to be continuously having the reported. So that we need to be focused on, and that government want that the peoples are going to be aware about this. Peoples are going to be taken the some of the major steps or to maintain some of the hygienes to avoid this type of the crime. So for that, we are going to be having this entire sessions. So as we discuss about the crimes, so these are the some statistics about what the crime rates that going to be happen inside the entire world. So if you observe like on this image, like you can in the 2015 that we have the some 3 trillion cyber crimes cost that going to be having, and now in the 2025 where it is going to be targeting towards a 10.5 trillions. It's more than some of the countries' economy, GDPs and all. So it is some of the like huge setbacks to the every organizations. Okay, so there is a lot of increase inside your malware attacks, like almost 300 or 350% increase inside the malware attacks. Again, as usual, like your phishing remains the common crime that is going to be online committed. So if you come across like now that you are in the festive seasons, like sometimes you're going to be received a mail that is going to be related to giving some offers. Some of the sometimes it's going to be offering some of the coupons to you. Based on that, you're going to be like tricked to the clicking on some links. You're going to be clicking uh, some of the attacks and all. Okay, so that is one of the phishing part that you have to be worked on. So whatever the phishing activities that you're going to be come across, that we are going to be seen as in the case study part. Okay, again, like as the Pratik told us, like every 39 seconds or every 11 seconds we have a witness and some of the like ransomware attack and the one of the cyber attack that going to be happen at every 39 seconds. So once a cyber attack is going to be happen, like how rapidly the organizations can detect it, there is a one of the good stats that IBM provide to us, that it's going to be taken something like 197 days or approximately 200 days to detect the breach that going to be happen inside the organizations, and to commit that or to respond that particular breach, organizations require something about the 70 to 80 days. So that again, like it is again the huge amount of time to detect a breach, to respond that particular breach. Again, it's going to be like giving some losses to the organizations. And if we try to reduce that days to the 30 days, that it's something going to be like reduce the cost of that particular cyber crimes. Also, like again, there is one of the like bad stats that we have. Uh, Almost 90 to 95% of the cyber crimes that going to be happen due to the human errors. Now, guys, there is one of the things like as you're going to be deal with the cyber crimes, there are the multiple systems that are going to be involved inside your day-to-day life. So if you instruct or if you configure that particular systems as per the best practices, if you give some instructions to that particular systems, that systems are going to be follow that instructions until you're not going to be change that instructions. So that particular systems have the obedience factor into that. So that particular system is going to be obey your orders for the longer period of time. But that same is not going to be applicable to the humans. There are some configuration error, there are some emotions that are going to be attached to the humans that going to be played by an attacker, and that is one of the big reason in front of the every organization, in front of the every law enforcement agencies to tackle with, like how they're going to be control the human emotions. Because as in the security analyst, as in the security specialist, we can suggest the controls on the systems, but to control any human emotions, to control or to set some of the controls on the human emotions, it's not possible for the any of the analysts. So, and that isn't some of the biggest threat that you have, that you can control the human emotions. But it is very easy to trick and human emotions by playing some of the emotional factors, by some playing some of the like uh, psychological facts and all. So with the help of that particular human emotions are going to be triggered, and that going to be give the rise to the cybercrime. Sometimes that human are aware that that particular things are illegal, that particular things are not as per the SOPs and all, but due to that particular emotions are going to be triggered, that particular persons are going to be click that particular link, that particular softwares are going to be downloaded, and it's going to be started to the breach. So to avoid this particular types of the error, again you have to be come across the security awareness. You need to continuously aware about your employees, aware about your users, what to do and how they're going to be maintain the cyber hygiene inside their work culture. Whenever they go observe and they are going to be maintain the day-to-day infrastructure, so how they're going to be maintain the cyber hygiene, that we need to tell them. So that is the all the idea about the cyber Jaagrookta Diwas. So here we are just going to be creating the awareness. We are just going to be telling the employees what are the things that you need to do or what things you have to be avoid when you're going to be work online. Okay, so these are the some again some of the good stats. That is a worldwide stats that you just see. Now these are the stats that is going to be presented by the certain. The certain is one of the computer emergency response teams inside the India. This is the institutions or the organizations is responsible to respond the whatever the cyber crimes that are going to be happen inside the India. So this is one of the trustworthy source that you can refer. So according to the certain data, we collected the last 4 years of the data. If you see the graph, that it is going to be rapidly increasing. So in 2019, we are somehow about the 3.9 lakh cybersecurity incidents that are going to be reported to the certain. In the 2020, as it is a pandemic year, everyone's are going to be shifted to the like online era. The rate of the cyber crimes, the rate of the incidents, that going to be rapidly increased, and it's going to be hit to the something about the 11.5 lakhs in the that particular 2020 year. Again, it is having the huge increase inside the 2021, that is up to the 14.5 lakhs of the cybersecurity incidents. And then the data that we have for the 2020, it is up to the June 2022, and we are going to be reached something about the 7 lakh incident. Almost it is having the some of the like we are remaining with the 6 months, and might be that particular numbers are going to be going increase the day by day. So that the stats that we have, and this particular data is government when they're going to be presenting in the Lok Sabha, when they're going to be having the president, they're going to be present the same amount of data inside the parliament. They're going to be like showcase a big worried about the like why the cyber crimes are going to be happen and what are the measures that are going to be taken. And that is the one of the initiative that government takes to address this particular crimes. They are going to be launching the functionality or the facilities to report the online cybercrime portal. So where you can report the cyber crimes, whether if you want to register as a user, if you want to like anonymously report it, you can report it and the government can take the actions against it. But again, the numbers of the cyber crimes and the numbers of the reporting is again there are some of the gaps into that. Sometimes the crimes again as we see in the earlier sectors, we required something about the 200 days to detect a cyber crime, so or to detect a breach. So might be that is some of the gaps that we need to fill up. So Pratik, can you please go for the next slide?
Yeah, yeah. And in fact, I want to add one point here. So these are the reported incidents
Reported
which
cyber
we are
crimes,
seeing. Yeah,
yes.
absolutely.
So
And there
might be
are,
there are the
yeah,
cyber
there are
crimes
so
that going to be
many.
happens or people
Mhm.
are unaware about it. They are not going to be reported. Sometimes there some we come across the like when we go for the like some of the consultation sessions, we come across the like youngsters who are going to be victim for the sextortions or the some of the money rackets or the some of the honey traps type of the attacks. They are not going to be reported to the police department. They come to the consultations, they come to the psychiatrists, and they're going to be like taken the consultations from them, like how they're going to be like protect themselves from this particular type of the attack. So this is somehow like it is not related to the just to the organizations, it is related to your families also. Because what happened like nowadays, like every child has this smartphone in their hands, and sometimes that they're going to be playing their games, sometimes they're going to be upload some of the contents on the social media platform, and they're going to be create some of the harms to them. So this type of the crimes, if that particular child is not aware what things are going to be do, if someone going to be like bullying them, if someone going to be like harm them, so that particular crimes are not going to be reported, and that is going to be like some of the suicidal case, some of the like uh, theft or some of the money or the ransom, donating the ransoms. So in that particular crimes are going to be happen, and sometimes that particular crimes are not going to be reported. So that numbers having the huge variations inside that, so that we need to
Absolutely.
take care about that. Okay.
Yeah. Again,
Now guys,
one. one quick point, sorry, Pratik, I'm continuing you here. So one quick point also, there is like with respect to the organizations also, in case if there is no incident reporting, I mean they fear a reputation loss, there would be a brand loss, big obviously because it's a big brand. You must have heard about the recent like repercussions which had happened because of one of the attacks which was reported, and the share price came down drastically, and it was a huge loss for the company as well as the shareholders as well. Right. So these are the repercussions wherein in case I mean of the obviously the organizations fear in case if they come up and report it to the certain or to the stakeholders wherein there was a data breach, etc. And it can be devastating. It can have a devastating effect in terms of the revenue which would be lost or the share price that would be lost. Right, because that is something which is very important in terms of the financial value for the end user and shareholder as well as uh, the company itself. So that is something on the organizations front as well. So yes, yes, Pratik, you can go ahead with the case
Adding to
study which
that
will
also,
be.
like if you going for the share markets, like someone like the as in the market is going to be open up, there are the multiple applications that are going to be allow the peoples to invest directly into the market. So there are
Absolutely.
the some of the groups that is available on the Telegram platform, some of the social media platforms like WhatsApp and all. They're going to be giving some of the tips. Now, sometimes that particular tips going to be helpful for the peoples, but sometimes if you blindly trust that, or some of the new peoples are going to be come up, they are going to be become the victim for the investment frauds. And if you go for the like Interpol reports, they Interpol also going to be like the recently, like in the last month, the Interpol going to be held one of these or their uh, one of the annual meet inside the India, and in that they're going to be report some of the financial crime, and in that they address there are the some of the investment frauds that are going to be happen, and they are going to be like given that is in the financial rise for the investment fraud. So these again like on the tips. So sometimes like attacker is not going to be like breaching to your systems. Sometimes they're going to be play with your emotions. Sometimes they're going to be like give some of the tips to them, and they're going to be first earning the trust, and they're going to be they play with you. So that we are going to be in the discuss inside the case study. Okay. Now, guys, for this the short session, we are going to be discuss the case study about the phishing. As we discuss about this is one of the uh, trending attack, and you come across like some of the reports that the phishing attacks going to be happen on the organizations, phishing attacks going to be happen on the users and all. So what exactly the phishing is? Now, guys, in a simple words, there is some of the juicy pages, or there are some of the juicy information that attackers require. Now, the information related to your username passwords that you're going to be used to logged into your bank account. Sometimes you're going to be used to logged into your social media accounts. That information is going to be required. Sometimes your card details, like if you go for the purchasing and all, at that time the card details are going to be used. So that card details are also required to also that one of the player the juicy information role for on the attacker. So they are interested inside your information. So what attacker can do? They are going to be create some pages. The pages are really look like and the similar as you go for the original website. Both pages are similar. So on that, you're not having the identification factors, how you're going to be justify that particular page is original or the page is fake. Based on that particular thing, you're going to be take the call. So as you see the images out of here, so in that, the first or the left hand side image is going to be related to the Amazon refund notification. Here, there is one of the crafting of the image or crafting of that particular mail body is going to be created. That's going to be offer you something about the refund. Now, guys, sometimes you're going to be pay some amount, or sometimes you're going to be having some of the technical glitch. You don't know like why the technical glitch going to be happen, and that particular amount need to be refunded. So for that, you need to follow some process, and sometimes that particular amount is get automatically refunded. But if you're going to be follow the some process and you're going to be initiate a mail trail, or sometimes that mail is directly coming from the Amazons, it's not directly coming from the Amazon, but it is from the attacker. They're going to be give you some offers to you. They ask you to update some of the information. So based on that particular information, you're going to be like thinking that you're going to be getting the good amount of refund. You're getting the refund from that particular failed transaction. So you fill that particular details. Now at the same time, you don't have any of the verification that for that particular mail where that particular data is going to be on. So that is related to some of the phishing attacks. Some it is related to the not only related to your financial act, it is also related to some of the account takeovers, also some of the like account breaches also. for that purpose they're going to begin. Now, how exactly that particular attack is going to be happen? Now, guys, if you see the internet workings, there are the various factors that you're going to be come across. Like if you go for the any of the shopping sites, if you're visiting any of the e-commerce site, you refer some of the products, immediately that products are going to be reflected on the social media. So that is operations can be deal with some of the cookie operations, and that particular interest, or sometimes in a public meetings also, or sometimes in some of the like open platform also, you ask for the suggestions, because now this era we are connected people's like very easily. So if you want to connect anyone, we can just pick up our phone, we can take the video calls, and we can ask the suggestion from that particular people. Same thing, if you want to ask any query, you're going to be posted on that particular LinkedIn, you're going to be posted on the Facebook, you get the votes from the people. So this particular thing, whatever the activity that you're going to be done, that particular activities are used by an attacker to gather the information. So if you see the images, like how the attack preparation is going to be happen. So whenever the attacker want to attacks on you, they want to do the first preparation for it. So what type of the attack they're going to be launched against you, what type of the information you're going to be looking for, and what the attack or what is the scenario they're going to be present in front of you, they're going to be first research on it. Based on your social media posting, based on your social media appearance, based on your like communication that going to be happen with your friends or happens on the public platforms. So that communications can be still, or that communication can be here by the attacker, and they are going to be develop and the strategy to attacks. So in this first phase, they're going to be prepare the attacks. They're going to be like decide the plans, like what offers or what things they're going to be present in front of you. Then they're going to be start the interacting with you. Now, if you go for the phishing, it is very rare case that you can first immediately receive that phishing mail. There are some of the patterns that are going to be observed. Like if you're going to be analyzing some of the phishing mails, there are some of the interaction that going to be happen with an employees, that going to be happen with some of the call center persons to gain your trust. Okay, so they're going to be engage the target. Like what are the person? They're going to be continuously sending the mails. And now, guys, whatever the phishing campaign that going to be run by an attacker, they have some of the dashboards are there. With the help of that particular dashboard, the attacker comes to know who persons are receive that particular mail, who persons are opening that particular mail, who are the persons who are going to be visiting that particular mail. So that details are available with them. So based on that particular details, based on that particular starts, they're going to be like launching their attacks, or they're going to be planning their attack next phase. So here they're going to be engaging the target, they're going to be create a story. Now here, when the attacker try to engage with the victim, here the attacker plays with a human emotion. So the human emotions are greed, curiosity. Attackers are going to be provide some of the helpfulness, kindness to that particular victim. They are gaining the trust of that particular victim, and once they gain that trust, they're going to be play the attack. So that is some of the third step that you're going to be come across. So they're going to be like showcase you the trust. They're going to be like act on your whatever the request you're going to be made. They're going to be act out immediately. They're going to be like provide you the extra helps to you, and based on that, once they receive, or once they gain your trust, then they're going to be play the victim, play the card, or they play the trump card, and they're going to be like send the mail to you where you can having the links that are going to be redirected to some other page where you have to be asked to enter your login details. Sometimes they're going to be asked to enter your card details. Sometimes they're going to be asked to download some of the softwares, and then the attacks are going to be played, and they exit from there. So immediately, if you observe like any of the like scam that going to be happen, the scammer, the way they're going to be talk to you, it's very polite. They are look like in the professional. They're going to be provide you the one step ahead helps to you, and they're going to be trying to gain the trust of that particular victim. And once the trust is going to be gained, it is like very of the easiest target to them, so they're going to be play with that. Okay, so here also like if you see the other mail, the one is related to the refund, and second one is related to some of the, it is from the Netflix, if I'm not wrong, and it is related to your suspension notification. Like sometimes you're not going to be paid the amount, your accounts are going to be suspended. So that type of the mails also going to be sending to the users to take the advantage of the users emotions, and the user can add their details to that particular phishing link. So that is the crime, one of the like reputed crime that you're going to be having. So there are the various factors that organizations are going to be run. You can running the phishing campaign to create a user awareness. You can create awareness campaigns to aware your users about the phishing. So how the phishing emails can be detected, if there is some of the urgency is there. So how to respond that particular mail. So what are the email etiquettes that is going to be like help you to prevent from this particular phishing.
Okay, cool. Pratik, just give me 2 minutes. I'll whatever we have discussed about related to the social engineering and the phishing attack and how the entire cycle works. I'll quickly take them through a short video of just 2 minutes so they'll understand what are the repercussions and how exactly the hackers work at the back end in
Yeah.
doing the social engineering, etc. Just give me 2 minutes, and we'll for post the video. You can just reconnect. We can go back to the cycle and just let them know how exactly thing works and how it could be. I mean, obviously, it will be related to the organizations also. In case if
Yeah.
it's an individual who is a CFO or a CXO above level, and in case if he is fished or veiled, and we can imagine the repercussions which could happen. So quickly taking, I'll just stop the screen sharing for the PPT and then just start the video. Just confirm me once if you can see the screen and the audio as well. Then later on we can move on to the stats of Interpol and then what the
Yeah.
cyber hygiene, etc., etc. And just 2 minutes video and we'll
Yeah.
start.
Sure.
So I'll just quickly share, include the computer sound and just let me know if that's is visible
Yeah, it's visible now.
and the voice as well.
But I was curious, what can a hacker with serious coding skills do?
Well, DEF CON
Is it audible? The
Yes.
audio?
Yes. Yes.
Okay,
Audio as
fine.
well.
I'll just quickly play it.
is the world's biggest hacking convention. It's hacking everything, hacking social, hacking hardware, hacking software, hacking various systems.
I asked Dan Tentler, a well-known security researcher, to turn all of his firepower on me.
I did get into quite a number of things that I found.
So what were the first things you did? How did you start hacking me?
I quickly found your Squarespace blog and had an idea. Basically what I did was created a bogus Squarespace site and sent an email to you, a phish asking you to go to this website, run this certificate installer.
And I did it because
Yeah.
I'm an idiot.
So once you ran that, it gave me access to your computer, and I created several fake pop-ups that looked like system pop-ups that would ask you for your credentials.
You didn't even have to have my passwords.
No, you gave them to me.
I gave them to you.
Yeah. So I stole your 1Password keychain.
And 1Password is where I store all my other passwords. So effectively
And
by
your social security number and your Amex stuff and all your stock trading and bank information. I can send email to everyone in this room as you. I am you right now if I want it to be. If my evilness is working correctly, it should actually be taking pictures of your desktop and pictures through your webcam every 2 minutes. And I have been watching you for about 2 days now. In
Oh my
coffee
God.
shops, at your mom's house, on a plane. Here's your editing stuff. There's you like.
oh my God,
looking
so this
nervous.
is literally
Every 2 minutes.
through my webcam.
Yeah, through this guy.
How badly could you have messed up my life?
I could have made you homeless. I could have made you homeless and penniless.
How?
Like,
How would you make me homeless?
Like I have control of your digital life in its entirety. I have all your credentials. I have all your access to all your financial information, all your work information, all your personal information. I can pay people with your bank account or your Amex account. I am you. I can fully impersonate. Like the only thing I couldn't doctor would be like your fingerprints.
This is like as bad as it gets.
It's ridiculous. Yeah, it's bad.
So it turns out that Dan Tentler is very good at his job. I mean, he hacked the hell out of me. He got everything. I mean, frankly, I want to take my computer and throw it into the deepest part of the ocean, and I want to become a hermit, and I want to never touch a piece of technology again, because holy shit, that was everything. That was the keys to my entire life.
Yes, Pratik, you want to take it? I mean, you want to relate it to the PPT? I'll just share that as well. I mean, quickly take that so that you can explain what happened, what just happened, and how exactly that
So
happened.
guys,
And
as you see the video, that is one of the videos that coming from the DEF CON. It is like one of the conference that going to be happen in the various sectors of the universe. So that is going to be like helping you to. It is under some of the hacker summits where all the security researchers comes together. They're going to be sharing their knowledge. They're going to be sharing their skills. So here there is one of the security researchers, the guy who are going to be like become the victim. They uh, received, or that particular person is going to be received as one of the mail, accidentally he's not going to be verify that particular mail. That mail is going to be look like and the very original one. So it is having some of the research. It's going to be like looking some of the like software updates and all. So he accidentally download that particular mail without verifying that particular link from where that actually links is coming from, and then that particular attacker having the controls on that particular victim systems. And if you remember, there is one word that particular attacker is going to be used. The attacker know the passwords. Okay. Now, guys, one of the interesting thing I want to tell you, like we are going to be research with one of the psychological institute, and it is related to the how the cyber psychology is going to be worked. So there is the one of the interesting fact that we come across. Like if you like just don't tell your password to the anyone, just observe your password. So once you observe your passwords, the first letter of your password, mostly 80 to 85% people are the first letter is capital. Now, if you put your hand on your keyboard, that left hand on a keyboard, that your like fingers, like whatever the area that you're going to be cover, that is some of the like left side of the keyboard. So the special characters are exclamation mark, @ sign, hash sign, $sign, and percentage sign. These are the some of the five special characters that you're going to be used inside your passwords. You're not going to be using the right side special characters inside your password. That is again one of the things. So whenever you want to use a capital letter, that is most probably like QWERTY, ASDFG, ZXCV. That is mostly on your left hand side, because your right hand on your mouse. So you're going to be using your left hand to enter your password. So that is some of the like rapid actions that are going to be happening. So this is again some of the cyber psychological facts that we need to be like learn, take care whenever we are going to be like launching the attacks. Attackers are going to be like continuously behind that particular users. They have the enough time to do the recon, or they have the enough time to do the research on that particular user. So they are just waiting when that particular user pass some of the juicy informations to the attacker. So that might be some of your posts, that might be some of your uh, communication that going to be leaked on the internet, or that it's going to be like you unknowingly you're going to be pass some information to attacker, and attacker gain the knowledge from that particular. So that's the reason you have to be maintain some of the cyber hygiene whenever you work online, and that going to be avoid some information leakage or some of the like your data leaks from the whatever that going to be happen through the social media, and that going to be help you to prevent from this type of the phishing attacks. Okay. So guys, as I told you, like in the last month, the Interpol having the one of the summits in the India, and they're going to be reported this type of the cybercrime that is having the various trends, or you can have the like variously reported cybercrimes. In that, the ransomware is again like the top priority, because it is very easy to create a ransomware. Anyone can, with the available codes, with the available exploits, anyone can create a ransomware, and it is very easy to exploit on-site the Windows systems. So that is the one of the reasons. And as you see the market share for the Windows, it is on the huge market share, and it's going to be creating a lot of attack surface for the ransomware. So that is the one thing that you're going to be having the come across. Like every month, you can come across the news that this particular organization hit by the ransomware. Government organizations also sometimes going to be hit by the ransomwares. They don't have the properly data backups. They're going to be data, whenever they have the data backup, the data backups also going to be get encrypted, and the company need to pay the ransom, because uh, in with the help of the ransomware, that data is going to be encrypted, and without that particular data, you can't work for the longer period of time. So that is one of the biggest threat inside that 2022, that is a ransomware. Then as we know that phishing and online scams, again like online scam, like in gambling, there's some of the like offers, some of the free coupons, free vouchers, free vacations. So for that, they're going to be asking you some of the money, and they're going to be offer you some of the high amounts of the returns. So in that also, you're going to be like the victims are there. Then some of the child pornography is there. Then email compromise, that is business email compromise, also going to be happen. Sometimes the for the business emails, you don't have the multi-factor authentications are enabled. Sometimes we are not able to segregate our personal and the professional lives. Sometimes we are using the same device to access our personal as well as the professional emails. And once your personal emails are going to be compromised, that's going to be lead to the compromise of your business emails also. Then your computer introjections, like your malware, some of the virus trojans, it is due to some of the like cracked versions of the software, some of the unverified downloads. That is going to be reason for that. Then again, you have the financial frauds that is related to your some of the investments related things, some of the gift related scams, some of the scams related to the financial institute, insurance related frauds. That is come up across the financial frauds. And the last is a money laundering. It is like one of the biggest challenge inside the India, that we are having the act for it, that is a AML. Then we have some of the uh, precautions on the money laundering also. So these are the some of the trends in the world that is going to be reported in the Interpol for the 2022. So these are the some of the cybercrime trends, and we need to address this. We need to report that particular things, and we need to maintain our citizens safe from this particular type of. So here we have having some of the best practices, or we are going to be saying that we need to be follow these things in our day-to-day lives. So as usual, like everyone going to be using the laptops, everyone going to be having the good amount of phones with you. So you can spend some money for that. You can install on one of the reputed antivirus software and keep your antivirus software updated. Guys, here don't go for the free antivirus softwares, because one of the reports says that the whatever the free antivirus softwares are there, they are not able to detect the latest malwares, the latest viruses. They are not able to detect. So they are some of the lags out of there. So that's the reason you can go for the some of the reputed antiviruses. That is not going to be cost you. It is going to be cost you some of the uh, in the one burger amount you can get in the one of the good amount of antivirus for your mobile, and for the one, let's take an example, for a one lunch amount you can get in the good amount of the antivirus for your laptop for in the 1 year. So make sure that you can have the antivirus updated, and you can make sure that particularly for the reputed companies you're going to be continuously update that particular antivirus. Okay. And if you're not possible, then you can have the defenders. Make sure that is enabled. You can configure the all settings of the Windows Defender. That is also going to be help you to protect your systems from the viruses. Then whatever the softwares, whatever the applications you're going to be using inside your laptops, inside your mobiles, keep the applications regularly updated. So whatever the bugs are there, whatever the fixes are there, so that is going to be fixed inside your device. Your applications, your softwares are not going to be vulnerable for the previous attacks. So that is going to be help you sometimes. Also, whenever you're going to be download something, download it from the one of the reputed sources. Now, guys, many of the Android users have the multiple applications. Some of you using the Android phones, some of your friends, some of from somewhere you're going to be get the link from the cracked Netflix. So if you install that, your phone is going to be give the warning to you. Don't install that. It is a third-party applications, but you ignore that particular thing. It is act like in the spyware. So that applications you have to be avoid to use. You can go and you can purchase that particular application. Also try to download the applications from the reputed sources only, and from the the genuine sites. So that going to be help you to prevent from the some of the virus infections inside your phones, inside your devices. Okay. Also, one of the good practices that you can set a strong password along with a multi-factor authentication, as well as that whenever you set the strong password, don't keep that password for the longer period of time. After every quarter, or you can say that after every 60 or 90 days, you can change your password. That's going to be make you some of the good practices. Your account is not going to be compromised. If your passwords are getting leaked somewhere, your accounts are not going to be compromised as you enable the multi-factor authentication. Make sure that you can have that particular functionality enabled for your account. So you can take the regular backups, this functionality is now available for your device as well as your mobile. As we are going to be on the cloud, that functionality is automatically enabled. So we have to take the regular backup of your data, as well as you can, if you go for the your corporate environment also, you have some of the backup policies are there. So you can take the backups after regular interval. You have to check that backups, whether that particular backups are going to be installable or not. So that things we need to take up. And then the most important thing that going to be help you to prevent from the phishing attacks, think before you click. So if someone gives an offer, someone offer you some of the free money, someone going to be offer you the free vacation, someone going to be offer you some of the free tips, think before you're going to be click that. That going to be prevent you from some of these huge cyber crimes of that. Also, you're going to be decrypt. Sorry, also you're going to be encrypt your data. What are the sensitive data for you? So that's going to be help you from the some of the if your device is going to be threat, it's going to be prevent you from that particular data leaks, and it's going to be only you can access that particular data whenever you require it. Don't forget that password also. That is one of the important practices of the cyber hygiene that you need to follow in your day-to-day life. So if you follow these practices, you're going to be somehow going to be secure yourself, secure your family, secure your organizations in terms of the like cybercrime that going to be happen or that going to be reported in the settings. Also, if you want to go for the security awareness training, it is continuously bombardment of the what things to do and what are the practices that we need to follow inside the organizations. So that's the reason you continuously attending the security awareness. You need to continuously update yourself because if you go for the security awareness trainings, it is not the same training that we are going to be deliver for the like every sessions. Every time that we have come up with some of the new attacks, new techniques, new trends that attackers are going to be used. So that's the reason you have to keep yourself updated with the security awareness trainings. You have to keep update yourself. What are the stats or what is the techniques that are going to be used inside the organizations or by the attackers to compromise your organizations. Okay. So that is going to be like all about your uh, security awareness and like what are the practices that you're going to be done for. And if you go for the security awareness, it is one of the mandate compliance, or you can say that it is some of the like required things to meet your compliance requirements, to meet your some of the like certifications. You have to be follow through this some of the like such type of the security awareness program, and also it's going to be help you to create and the good security culture inside your organizations. So that is one of the things that you need to follow inside the security awareness program. We are done, Pratik. We are
Okay.
open for the question and answer.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you so much, Pratik, for taking us brief the understanding the cyber hygiene practices, etc. So we will open the forum for any questions, any questions they would want to ask in terms of how they want to take it and etc. on topics which we will be covering in the next Cyber Jaagrookta Diwas. So we will be covering the Cyber Jaagrookta Diwas in next month on just let me check the date. So I'll just let you know what would be the date. Um, so it would be 30th of sorry, it would be 7th of December. 7th of December would be our next Cyber Jaagrookta Divas, and we will be coming up with a new topic, and you'll get the information regarding that. And yes, we are open for question and answers in case if you have any questions regarding any of the things, we can surely address that. So the question could be, I mean, you can put it across in case if you are from an organization or you're from a college, you can put down any question related to that, whether it is and how it is applicable. You want any circular around it, or you want any so like the circular which we are speaking about, and what exactly uh, the circular says, the details of it, what are topics need to be covered over a period of 1 year, etc., etc. You can surely we can take that up. Not a problem. So any questions, we are open. Any questions? Not specifically with this also.
Yeah, well, answer that. So the question is related to the what is the controls or countermeasures for the cybersecurity. So it is like a really very
Yeah, it's a broader question. In fact, I mean,
question. What you can do, like what in the cybersecurity, what types, like whether you want to control on your
like the
systems,
one
whether you
which
want to
we
control
can
from
cover,
the
Pratik. We can cover on the countermeasures which would need for phishing, which which we discussed, like practicing checking whether the email is from the proper source, etc. That's something which you can mention, because countermeasures with respect to cybersecurity is a lot. I mean, it's a holistic approach because cybersecurity is something. I mean, it's
It is
like
going to
in
be
the
like
application
involved with your
testing or the
systems. It is going to be
compliance.
involved with your applications,
Absolutely.
components. Every part is
Yeah.
going to be included. If it is related to the some of the like what are the cyber crimes that going to be happen. So if we taken the crimes related to the phishing, that we need to like take the precautionary measures, like we have to be take care that like whenever we are going to be respond to any of the mail, we need to be like uh, create that particular awareness amongst the user, like how that particular emails is going to be responded and what are the like links are there, like someone going to be asking you some of the information, that whether that informations are really required to them, or whether that particular mails or whether that particular link is going to be redirected to the genuine platforms or not. So that's some of the like phishing campaign that's going to be worked on. And it is not only like open eye view, because nowadays the phishing attacks are like so sophisticated. You're not the normal persons cannot be like rectify whether that particular they're going to be redirect to the original websites or the fake websites. So we have to be take some of the like actions on the controls that we need to take on.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean,
Again,
Himmat, right? So you, in case if you want to know more, I mean, specifically controls, if you're asking with respect to compliances, any regulatory compliances on something like that, or application like Pratik mentioned, you can get in touch with us. We can surely help you in that because that is something as an organization also we do, and we cater to a lot of services also. You can go onto our website, you can check the services which we cater to. And in case obviously you're looking for certain any trainings, you can get in touch with us. So that is something which we can help you.
There is one more question
Yeah.
from the, like Dr. Das. They're going to be asking like we are
Pratik,
going to be create.
before taking Dr. Das's question, there's one more question coming up. Hacking about RTSP. Okay. Some RTSP question. I don't know.
Can you please like put the full forms?
I mean, in case if you observe, there are a lot of jargons. I mean, a lot short of forms used for many other remote
Real-time
phishing
streaming
attack or
protocols. It
remote
is like
attack. Yeah, you can
it is
specify.
related to the real-time streaming protocols that is going to be used by your like video cams. Okay?
Hmm.
So like we need to check like whether that particular device firmware we can manipulate it, or whether that particular streaming channel we get in the access to that particular streaming channels. So if you come across in the IoT devices in that particular like baby monitoring systems, if you remember, like we are going to be like counter for the one of the baby monitoring systems, we are going to be audit for that particular device, and we are going to be like capture that particular feed. So that particular devices are configured with the default passwords. They are having the streaming to their cloud environment, and that particular cloud is also open to everyone. So that particular streamings also can be compromised. Okay, so you have to be take controls on that particular device, whatever the devices, whatever the monitoring devices you're going to be installed, make sure that particular device is configured well. So you have to be change the default settings for that. You have to be restrict that particular device inside the separate networks, because if you're going to be connect that into the one of the common network that is accessible from each and every device to that particular network. So this is some of the like real-time streaming protocols can be compromised. Also, like there are some of the applications related compromise are also there. So you have to be worked on it.
Okay, thank you. I hope that addresses that question. We moving on to Dr. Das's question that we would like to know that after creating awareness program, still we can many people losing money or fall trapped to how to overcome this. You want to answer, Pratik? You want to answer this?
Okay, because it's attackers are going to be playing with the human emotions, and as I mentioned in my session earlier, we don't have any control. As in the security specialist, I don't have any control on the human emotions. Like I cannot set any controls on any of the human emotions. So if you take an example of the small child, if you instruct him, don't go there, and if you like don't observe that particular child for next 5 minutes, what the action he can immediately do, he first go there and check what things are going to be present out of there. So that is related to your curiosity. So what attacker can do, they are psychological trend, they know how to trick the human emotions, and they're going to be like very well to playing with the human emotions. So like we are having the one concept called hacking the human brains, or we like whenever we're going to be deal with the social engineering types of the attacks, like if we fail to compromise and the devices, we are shifting our approach to the social engineering types where we can get under some of the like higher success rate, because we need to know how the human emotions can be triggered. So once we able to trick that human emotions, we get the success inside our attack. And
Yeah, absolutely.
whatever the
And in
awareness is going
fact,
to be created
yeah.
is
Continue. I'll just point out a recent, I mean, a recent attack only, the one which you are pointing out, the social, like what exactly they play with. So I'll just point that out. You complete your explanation on that.
that is the one of the reason, like you like every times you have to be go for the security awareness, because uh, there are the multiple tactics, multiple uh, techniques are there, so which with the help
That's
of that
something
particular
which
things are going to be uh, played by the attackers. And as I told you that we are not able to control the human emotions,
human emotions,
we
absolutely.
are vulnerable for that.
Yeah. So to on the human emotions part, so say for example, you must have heard about a recent attack going on, like you receive a message stating that the electricity bill rate is not reflected in our system. You need to pay your electricity bill immediately, otherwise we'll be shutting down your electricity by 6 p.m. today EOD. And imagine that you get a message, you are in your office at around 4 o'clock in the evening, and you get a message stating that this is something, and you have people at home, you have your family at home, and you in a panic situation, what you do is you click on the message. Okay, that okay, fine, let me pay it immediately, so that there is something this would be avoided. So the moment you click, right, it's a bait basically, that is something which is downloaded, something downloads at the back end, and immediately the control goes to the attacker. So he's sitting there, right, just like any other attacker. He's sitting there. Okay, the moment you click, you get access to it, and of course you'll be making the payment. He'll see the OTP, he'll obviously see the card details, etc., UPI ID, everything he has access to. So the moment you do that, immediately they also replicate the same transaction you do, but in a different account, and they can see the OTP as well. So you, by the time you realize, you have lost a lot of money. So this is a panic situation. We, like Pratik was mentioning, it is a
Yeah,
human
some
emotion
of the
basically
panic
they are playing
situations
with.
also. Hello, my voice is
Yeah, yeah.
clear. Hello.
Yes.
Yeah, some of the panic situations are also going to be created with your parents. So sometimes what happen, like if you are going to be working and our parents are at home, so they are like every parents have some of the like concern about their child. So sometimes like the one of the things that I come across, like one of the agent going to be called to my mother and asking about my your child is not paying the credit card bills since last 1 month, so you have to pay it immediately, and otherwise we are going to be launch and complaint against your child. So that type of the like panic situation they're going to be created. And like we are not going to be think about like what exactly all actions. So we are having that particular love emotions and we have that particular concern about our child, so we immediately act on it. So there the attackers get succeed and we are failed to counter that particular attacks. Okay, there is one more question, like how like we can authenticate website whether it's a genuine or not. So there are the Hemant, there are the various factors that you need to look for. That one thing is like in the website history. So for that you can take the help of the web archive, like you can refer how the websites are going to be developed since like a period of the time. Also you can check the domains, like with the help of the URL void, that is one of the online link is available. URL void, you can check the domains, like whether that particular domain is registered at what time that particular domain is going to be registered, and also you're going to be check some of the subdomains for it. So that going to be help you in some of the primary way you can rectify whether that particular website is authenticated or not. So inside the domains, if that particular domain is somehow registered the 2 months earlier, most probably that is going to be like having the low reputation of the domain. It is going to be used for the some of the like phishing attacks and all. Might be it is also the false positive also. So we have to take the calls like based on the analysis how we're going to be check that particular domain. But if you go for the original website, there are some of the like web history for that. You can go for the web archive, you can copy paste that particular link and check for the web history. So if that particular website is activated since 2010, you get in the periodic updates for that particular website. If that particular website is going to be launched in 2022, you don't get in the update for the like previous years. So that is the way you're going to be like rectify some of the website is authenticate or not. Okay. How can we approach or the cyber police after the frauds are taken place? So you can report whatever the frauds or whatever the crime activity immediate to the your nearest police station. They have the cybercrime department into them, or you can have the government online portal. You can report the crimes on that particular portal also.
And they have recently released a number also. It's a common number.
Yeah.
I think it's 1930. They have changed the number. You can directly, and of course, in case if you are based out of cities, they have like Pratik mentioned, they have cyber specific cyber police departments. I mean, that you can approach them, or you can do it online. That is something which we can do.
There is a portal called as the cybercrime.gov.in. So with the help
That's
of
a
this portal,
central one. You can launch it there as well, but local police first. Immediately, in case if there is any fraud, financial fraud or something like that, you should immediately go to your local police station, because that is something wherein they would help on an immediate basis. They would coordinate with the central agencies as well as with the banks, etc. But you can lodge there also. But first hand, you will have to go to the local police station.
I think they have the like helpline number 1930.
1930.
Yeah, it's a toll-free number. You can dial up like 1930, and you can immediately report your like what are the crimes, what are the frauds that are going to be happen. You can report to that particular portal.
Okay, next
Also,
question. I hope we answered all the above questions. I hope that is clear on the till the 8th or 9th question. Coming to the next question. Is there any way to identify a device or an application compromise? So I think Pratik, you want to take it? I mean, a lot of things we need to take into
Is there any way
consideration.
to identify the device or applications? Okay, compromise. For example, mobile phone or smart TV. Okay, for the mobile phone, I can like immediately tell you like if your mobile phones are batteries are going to be drain. Like let's take an example. You know that your charging habits are there. Let's take an example. If you charge your phone at like midnight, and that the phone is going to be continuously help you for the entire day of the time, and if that particular battery draining time is going to be like reduced, or you can like what are the battery age are going to be reduced, that is one of the signs that your phones get compromised. If you downloaded any of the applications from the unauthorized sources, or you can call it on the WhatsApp, you can call it on the Telegram, from there you can download any of the applications. So that is also going to be make rise a chance that your phone get compromised. Also, if your phone is going to be hitting continuously, or if you're going to be visiting any of the like illegal websites, your some of the like adult sites and all, and that particular things are going to be downloaded from your phone, that also going to be rise the chances to compromise your device. Also, if someone going to be instruct you to install any of the applications, so that is also going to be rise the chance to compromise your phone. For the smartphone, you have to be check whether that particular smartphone passwords are going to be not on default one. You have to be like there are some monitorings you need to be applicable on that. It is some of the like comes across the IoT, and then you have to be like see some of the unusual activities that are going to be happen on your device or not. With the help of that, you can identify whether your device is going to be compromised or not. Or better way, for the mobile phone, you can install an antivirus software that going to be help you to prevent from the hacks, that going to be prevent you from the compromise.
Thank you. Another question from Abhishek Mishra is like, but before that you need access to see the messages and download. Okay. 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 So this is with respect to what Dr. Das had asked us, whether what an OTP, I think the example which we gave. So that is, I think, a follow-up question on that, that how would we come to know, etc. and the OTP then. So you want to take that?
Just a minute, but to see. If it is in the mobile case, like whenever you're going to be download the applications have the inbuilt permissions to read the messages. So whenever like we are going to be created the clone for an application, that particular applications have the message permissions, and inside the Android, there is only one accept button is there. It is not going to be pop up each and every permissions to you. Once you click the accept button, whatever the default permissions for that particular applications are automatically aligned with that particular application, and with that help, you can read the SMSs. And if you come across a payload, there is have the one particular payload called as the key scanner. Then whatever the typings you're going to be made with your keyboard, that is also going to be dumped. Whatever the screen recordings you have, that is also going to be dumped. You can take the screenshots of your phone. With the help of that, also you can get your OTPs and access to your messages.
So I think the repercussions, I mean, is very, I mean, devastating, because that is something which, in case that is downloaded, and it has happened, and it is happening now also. So before even clicking anything, any message or any WhatsApp message, any normal text message, please verify whether you had asked for that message particular attack. That's something
Also,
which,
like if you're using the Android, if you're using the iOS, doesn't matter. Like every device have the security practices are going to be implemented that. So inside the Android also, it's going to be give the pop-up that you're going to be trying to install the application that is not from the Google Play Store. So that is going to be help you to prevent from the unauthorized download. Okay. There is one more question from the Hemant. How can we prevent the brute force attack? For the brute force attack, you can implement some of the like web application firewall that going to be help you to prevent from the brute force attack. But if you go one step ahead, the attacker are smart enough. They're going to be having the some specific type of the brute force. They're going to be like only send the one entry at a day. So for that, you require to take the help of your security operation team. They're going to be like continuously analyzing your failure attempts. They're going to be continuously analyzing your success attempt, and after that, they're going to be check whether the brute force is going to be happen or not. So you can have the uh, web application firewalls for that. That's going to be help you to prevent from the brute force attack, or you can take the help of your security operation teams to prevent the brute force attacks.
how can we prevent both for, okay. Okay, majorly we have addressed all the questions.
I think there is one more questions from the Vaibhav that how to join cybersecurity department in the India. Vaibhav, to address your questions, we have the NTRO, that is going to be like National Technical Research Organization. They are, I'm not sure about their recruitment plans and all. You can take the help of the NTRO sites. They're going to be having the recruitments for the like various cybersecurity departments and all. Then again, if you go for the like armed forces and all, the armed forces have their individual departments for the cyber to deal with the cyber securities and all. Your government organizations, your police department also have a separate department for the cyber securities. Okay. Also, if you don't go for that particular government sites, you have to be clear the exams that is related, like some of the MCQ related exams, and then you can go for the trainings and you can join the that particular things. Also, you require some of the specialization skills, like you have to be skill related to the application penetration testing. You require the testing skills like in the security operation centers. You need to be worked on the compliance part, so that you can, with the help of any of the company, you can join that particular organizations, and you can also at the end you're going to be serving to the nation. At the end you're going to be serving to the company. So with the help of that also you can join the cybersecurity inside that. So you have to be earn some of the like knowledge related to the cybersecurity. Like you can uh, gain the knowledge related to the VAPT. You can gain the knowledge of related to the security operation centers. You can gain the knowledge related to the forensics, and then you can choose the department whatever you want.
One more question's coming up. One more question coming up. How can we identify a
How
mobile is
can we
jailbroken or
identify
not?
the mobile is jailbroken or not? There is one tool you have that is it is jailbroke. It is related to the iOS. The tool name called as the 3U tools. You can install inside the Windows. Okay, and make sure that inside the Windows, when before you're going to be connect the iOS device, you require the uh, iTunes should be present inside the Windows systems. And if you connect that particular iTunes with the whatever the data cables you have, that 3U tools immediately going to be give you the properties of the device, and it's going to be tell you that whether that particular device is jailbroken or not. Also, if that particular device is unlocked, you can make sure that there is one of the application called than the CDIA, that spell as CYDIA. If that particular application is installed inside your iOS device, it is stated that that particular device is in jailbroken. Okay.
Okay, we'll wait for 5 minutes. If no questions, then we can close the session, and we will be uploading this particular recording of the session, and you'll get the link for this. Okay, one question. What is the session duration every Wednesday and when can we? Okay. Look, this is not every Wednesday. We are planning. So as per the circular, we are planning it on every first Wednesday, and usually we would be keeping it for 1.5 hours. So that everyone can do the day-to-day activity, because it's going to be a normal day, a working day. So everyone can do their own work also. So we'll not be stretching more than 1.5 hours. So 1 hour of we'll cover the topic, and half an hour we'll take the Q&A. Okay. So that is something which we'll be following on every Wednesday. And in case if you want to have a particular training specifically to your organization, you can get in touch with us in terms of any trainings you want to do. We can surely help you out with the same. So before we end, there are a few references which we have taken all the reports from. So that are the references, and in case if you want to refer this, we'll be uploading it. And in case if you want the PPT for it, we can surely share it across with you. Okay, another question coming up. Is the Jaagrookta Diwas mandatory for all? Yes, I mean mandatory as in they have given the circular, and I have asked the organizations as well as everyone to observe first Wednesday as the Jaagrookta Diwas. I will just quickly take you through that particular slide only, wherein what the circular says. These are directly taken from the circular only. So this is something. So yeah. So this is the circular which states that the Ministry of Home Affairs have requested all the Indian states and UT to observe Cyber Jaagrookta on the first Wednesday of every month. Then all colleges, schools, university, Panchayat Raj institutions, and public sector universities under the organization branches, sections, or offices coming under this under the ministries are requested to observe Cyber Jaagrookta Divas every month. So this is something which you can do. So we have chosen something on this lines, workshop or a webinar, quiz competitions. You can choose it in your organizations or your, in case if you're already following something, then you can surely choose any one of this. So you, in case if you want to refer to the particular circular, you can get in touch with us. You can just quickly write in an email stating that you need the access to the circular. We can surely share that across. So that is something which we can do.
Okay, there is one more question related to the Wi-Fi, and it is one of the everyone is using. So I recommend that don't go for the public Wi-Fi. It is, you don't know like where you're going to be connected, because most of the public Wi-Fi can be used to perform the Jew checking, perform the like man in the middle type of the attacks. So it is recommended that don't use the public Wi-Fi. Don't if you want to do some transactions, don't go for the coffee shop and all. Don't use that. Okay, so that is one of the recommendation. And if you want to protect your Wi-Fi, make sure like whatever the Wi-Fi configurations you're going to be having, set the proper MAC address filtering on the Wi-Fi. Like you can only allow the devices that you know. Let's take an example. Inside your family, there are the 4 members, and each family member is going to be using the 1 laptop and 1 mobile. So you have the total device count is to the 8. And if you're having one of these 2 or 3 smart devices, you can keep the count to that device that going to be connected to your Wi-Fi network to the 10. So only that particular 10 devices can connect to your Wi-Fi network. No other devices can connect to your Wi-Fi network. So these settings you can configure from your Wi-Fi access point. You can connect to the Wi-Fi access point, configure this particular settings, set a strong passwords, and use the like some of the like spaces, special characters inside your password, so that password become the stronger one, and it's going to be give us some of the like protection, extra level of the protections to you. Also, there are the 2 channels that is having in the Wi-Fi. That is one is the 2.4 and second one is a 5. So if you don't want your signals to go out your home or only restricted to that particular area, I recommend that you can shift it to the 5 gigahertz. That is again going to be provided the one of the good amount of security. Okay. Also keep your Wi-Fi is updated. They are having some of the settings. Your device is updated. That is also provided the settings. Also, you can, as you're going to be set this particular settings and restricted your Wi-Fi network to your family members only, don't share that particular Wi-Fi passwords with your guest ones or whoever your friends are. So for them, if you want to connect them, you can connect them. You can create one of the guest network, and with a limited amount of access, you can allow that particular users to connect that particular guest network. So what happens that guests are completely in the separate network and your devices are completely in the separate network. So they are not able to access your home networks or the whatever the home devices are. So that is one of the things that you need to be take care whenever you're going to be configuring your Wi-Fi. So that is one of the, and make sure don't keep your Wi-Fi as an open. If you want to hide your SSID, if you want to hide your Wi-Fi name, you can also do that. So that is related to your.
Okay, I think we have addressed all the questions, and the questions have also exhausted. We have no new questions here now. We'll wait for another 2 minutes, and then we'll close the session as we have already almost up with the time. Okay, no more questions. Okay. I'm just about to say something and we have a question. So, okay, publish कर रहे हो क्या? Okay.
Ratio.
Happens every year. What is the ratio? No, it is increasing exponentially. I mean,
it is increasing. You don't have the decrease. We don't see the downfall into the any of the like cyber incidents. And it is like the government said that it's 7% increment or the 7% increase inside the reporting. So whatever the crimes are going to be reported, it's continuously increasing.
No, it is not going to go down. It is going to increase only. It is increasing day by day. We shown you the stats, right? So it was growing exponentially, and the data which 2022, it was just till, like Pratik mentioned, it was only till June. So there is yet to be data for the next 6 months. It is going to be beyond that only. So that's another thing. information about bounty.
Is related to the bug bounty. Okay, so bug bounty is a one of the organization initiative. The organizations ask the other peoples or the who are the security researchers to test their networks, and if they found any of the bugs, any of the problem related to that particular application, any of the security risk to that particular applications, so they have to be report to the company, and company going to be reward to them, like they're going to be verified. You have to be prepare and proper report for that. So it is related, the bug bounty is related to your applications, bug bounty is related to your devices, bug bounty is related to your some of the network parts also. So once you have the prior knowledge of the how the application testing can be done, what is the web applications requirements, how you're going to be test the mobile applications, and what are the things that you need to check for. Let's take an example. If you want to check for the logins, so what are the attacks that are going to be happen on the login pages, so that you can come across once you worked with a web application security part, or once you tested with the multiple web applications, then you get an idea about how you're going to be testing that particular login pages, or what are the different aspects that you need to be applicable on the login pages, or what are the different types of the attacks that are going to be happen on that particular login page. So once you get in that idea, once you have the knowledge of that particular application testing, you can start the bug bounty. And you don't when to start, it is not the question. Like whenever you feel like you want to start the bug bounty, you can refer some of the books, you can gain the knowledge related to the web application testing, you can gain the knowledge related to cybersecurity, and then you can start the bug bounty testings like from that particular. And you have to be it is not you started today and you immediately get in the bug, you immediately get in the rewarded. It is some of the you have to be have some patience, like whenever you go for the bug bounty. Sometimes what happen, not you're not only the you're not only the one person who are behind that particular bug. There are the multiple peoples are there. Sometimes your bugs are going to be reported as on the duplicate bugs. Sometimes it's going to be not rewarded, it's just going to be addressed as in the hollow frame. So that phases you have to be come across, and then you have to be go for that particular step-by-step approach. That is in some of the freelance work you can do, or if you want to join and the proper penetration tester, you can gain some knowledge related to the penetration testing, gain some knowledge related to the security testings, and you can join any of the organizations. So both the peoples are going to be similar, doing the same task. The penetration testers having the specific time to crack that particular bug, and the bug bounter have the lot of time. They are having the multiple times to in their hand, so they can work on that particular thing. So you can think about the if you want, if you have the spare time, you can go for the bug bounters. If you choose cybersecurity as a career, you can definitely look for the penetration testing type of the jobs. You can gain the knowledge related to the penetration testing, and you can start your career as in the penetration tester. And once you get in the habit to work on that particular application, you once you handy with that particular application, you can start the bug bounty. Okay, the cybercrime is going to be increasing. It is good or bad? So for the citizen perspective, it isn't the bad thing, but it is both the ways you having need to be think about. So you get in the multiple opportunities that are going to be come, or that are going to be having inside the industries. So that industries are now going to be looking for the various solutions for that. So it is going to be increasing your employment also. And it is bad, we're going to be having the money losses, we having some of the reputation loss for the organization. So it is bad. So we need to be control that amount with the help of some of these security awareness training, some of the good professionals we need to be provide to the industry. They need to be worked on the hardened to the systems, and they have to be, it is our job, how we going to be control that particular number. So if we are well equipped, and if we are having the proper resources in our hand, and if you're continuously aware about the what are the trendings, or what are the things are going to be go inside that in the day-to-day life, we are able to control that number, and it is completely in our hand. We can reduce that particular number. how to real-time activity monitoring for all networks. It is you can take the help of your security operations center. Okay, so the security operations centers can help you for this. Like they're going to be having the real-time monitoring of your network. So if you first you need to like implement your SOC, and with the help of the SOC configurations, you can able to monitor your network traffics. Or if you want to like your monitor your home network, then you can go for the like some of the network tapping. With the help of the network tapping and with the help of the Wireshark, you can monitor your home network also. How to stop a Facebook account hacking? Again, like you can don't share your password with anyone, and
I think we can avoid this question.
you can implement a multi-factor authentication for that. You can like Facebook hacking is like some the why that particular accounts are going to be get hacked, because their details are going to be leaked somewhere. It is some because they have the PR teams and their particular accounts are going to be shared with the multiple peoples. And if one people going to be leaked that particular uh, email address or the password, it is state of the compromise that particular accounts. Or sometimes like some of the internal persons are also going to be involved in that. So they also going to be like responsible to compromise that particular. And if you want to stop this, you can like communicate with the Facebook security team. They're going to be help you for that.
Oh, sorry, I was speaking on mute. One of the questions says, what is GDPR data? That is a huge topic again. We'll require more than 3 to 4 hours to take the GDPR also. So I think we'll park that questions for now.
GDPR,
And
if particular question is from the European citizens, then it is related to the GDPR. It is for the like European citizens. How that particular data is going to be handled, that going to be discussed inside the GDPR. Okay, and for if you're resident of the India, then you most probably have the Indian Data Protection Act. So that is some of the like we need to be worked on.
yeah, it is. I mean,
it is
obviously, it is a
like,
huge
I
topic
think
to
government
discuss.
withdraw that particular Indian Data Protection Act. Might be they're going to be like launching with some of the like new changes, and they're going to be like creating some of the like new rules and regulations for that. So there's again huge topics like how the data should be generated, how the data can be used, how you can delete that particular data, how you can share that particular data. That every guidelines you have to be working.
Okay, we will take another 2 3 questions only. We are already overshot the time. 2 3 questions more, and then we can wrap it up. For Thakur College students, I'll get in touch with you directly, ma'am. I think you have published this particular question. I'll directly get in touch with you. We can surely discuss this and then decide into when and how we can take the seminar. Any other questions? GDPR is addressed. Start the second year students. For college students, okay, that is something which will.
So for the college students, we can like generally like their social networking practices that we can do for them, because as they are from the like freshly they entered into the college era, they are like having the curiosity to Facebook, Instagram, how they're going to be use that, and how their what are the like etiquettes on the social media. So that we need to think on, because like recently the Indian government instruct to the all social media platform they're going to be like changes some rules. So the students need to be aware about that particular rule. They can also we can cover that particular topics also. What are the biggest cybersecurity threats right now? It's like if you
Threats, I mean, threats are everywhere. What
everywhere,
threats, I mean,
the biggest threats are from like humans and your misconfigured systems.
everywhere. I mean, threat, I mean, everything is a threat. So, in fact, you must be remembering a case wherein one of the nation state actors, I mean, the entire state had attacked one of the countries wherein they have bombarded the entire, they have financially brought them down. Okay. So, nation state actors are also involved. I mean, obviously, there are a group of hackers also are involved who can get into ransomware and then take down the entire system of the organization. That is something which can go wrong. So cybersecurity is, I mean, cyber threat is everywhere. I mean, we can't just pinpoint as to which sector or which area exactly is being pointed out and has been subjected to cyber risk or cyber security threat. So that is something which we can't guess because everything is digital. I mean, we are all on cloud and no one is paid right now. So that is something which it's a broader question and needs a lot of discussion and debate, which obviously can run into an hour's time. You think of anything and that is a threat for you. In fact, from your electricity bulb, from a smart bulb to your washing machine to your AC to your smart car is a threat to everyone. So we can't really guess.
Do you identify security risk in our networks? So for that, like we have to be there is several processes that you need to follow. We call that on the network VAPT part. So in that, the team is going to be like discuss several terms with you. Like we are going to be reviewing your network architecture. We are going to be reviewing your network configurations, your firewalls, your placements of the components, how your services are going to be running, and we are going to be doing that audits. And based on that particular results, based on our analysis, we are going to be publish and report about here like what are the risks that going to be associated with your network. You have to be go with some network VAPT parts. In that, you can go for the network architecture review, network config review. That is one of the parts, and you can also going to be perform some of the scanning activities. And in addition to that, you can go for the network penetration testing also. So these 4 to 5 activities are going to be help you to work with how you can identify the risk inside your networks.
Okay, fine. Thank you very much. We have overshot by 5 minutes. Thank you very much. Thank you everyone for attending this, and we'll meet on 7th December for next Cyber Jaagrookta Diwas. You will get all the details along with the topic onto the email, and obviously we'll getting it on the social media as well. So you can join in, you can share it with your friends, family, and within the organization as well. Thank you, Pratik. Thank you very much for the brief coverage of all the topics which we have taken into consideration. And thank you, Pratik and Naima, for arranging this. And thank you everyone for joining in. We'll meet you next time on 7th December for our next Cyber Jaagrookta Divas. Thank you very much.
Thank you, everyone.